Well, Barry Smith, it's been a quick 2 months since you were appointed. How are things going?
No, everything's going great at the moment. You know, we've managed to get the basis of the squad. We're still looking to add numbers and players to that squad, but it's going well at the moment.
And 10 players, you happy with those numbers that you've got so far?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to be have pretty much the basis of the squad there for the first day of pre-season. But 10 at this stage of the season, you know, is good going, given how many were out of contract at the end of last season.
It seems remarkable, but that first day off pre-season is next week. It's coming around pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it can't come quick enough. I just want to be out on the training pitch with the players, and you know, get my ideas across, let them know how I want to play and get the standards that I expect in training and in games.
The common traits that you've already spoken about, the players that are reflecting in their comments that young, hungry, ambitious sort of player, and you say most of the players that you've signed so far fit that agenda.
Yeah, everyone that will come to this club will have to be hungry, because they'll have to play well and they'll have to be hungry to stay in the team. The fact that I've signed a few young players that want to get back to league level, whether it's with Aldershot or whether it's you know, getting a move somewhere else, so it stresses the fact that, you know, we want players here that you know are going to be competitive and are not just coming here for a wage.
With a small squad, as I expect it will be, you need every player pushing for a starting place.
Yeah, and we'll have competition in every area, and that's, you know, something that will push all the players on, because you know, if they're not playing that well, then things will change. One
thing that seems to be coming through in, again, every player's comments is that they want to play for you, they've already cited your presence, your management as a factor in their signing, and that must be a pleasing thing.
Listen, I want them to come here and play, whether it's for me or whether it's, you know, for themselves. I want them to be here and want to play football, be hungry, and you know, I want to get the best out of them. You know, it's always pleasing that they've signed here because of myself, but when it comes down to it, they've got to go out and show that enthusiasm and hunger and desire out on the pitch.
Another factor seems to have been the style of play that you're trying to fit these players into. We've spoken about it being kind of playing out of defence, fast attacking, kind of using lots of width football. Is that fair? Is there anything you can elaborate upon that?
You know, there's a viewpoint, you know, playing out from the back, but we want to play from the back, but obviously teams are going to try and stop us from doing that, and it's being able to play whatever system and whatever way we can to get results. Now, ideally we get the ball down and we play and we get out from the back, but sometimes that's not going to be one. We have to be realistic that teams are going to try and stop us. If we're playing the way we want, teams are going to try and stop us, but it's about us being able to change the way we play if that happens.
So will you go into pre-season with a formation in mind, or is it, maybe without giving away your game plan, is it one formation at home and maybe adapt it away from home?
Yeah, I mean, we'll play different formations throughout the season, but when we're at home, you know, in a good pitch, as good as the pitch is out there, we will get the ball down and play. Obviously, other games at different pitches where the ground isn't that good, then we have to adapt to these situations. But that doesn't mean that we just lump the ball forward. It will be that we still try and play, but slightly differently.
Yeah. And last week, Brett Williams moved on, maybe as expected, but you pretty quickly reacted with Matthew Barnes-Homer coming in, and not a direct replacement, as you've already said, but a player with an excellent goal-scoring record.
Yeah, you know, obviously I know of Matt, and whether Brett was staying or whether he was going, would have brought Matt in anyway. But you know, we've got a guy that scores goals regularly. I think his track record shows that, and I'm sure he'll be a valuable addition to the squad.
And also coming in was Charlie Walker, a player, a different sort of striker to Matthew, but one with a really good pedigree.
Yeah, you know, Charlie was at Luton last season. He probably didn't get the chance that he maybe have deserved. He's doing really well in development games. You know, and we're giving him the opportunity to come here and play, and I'm sure that he'll work well with Matt or any other striker that we sign.
And potentially another key player is David Lathrop, who who you're pleased who he has committed and will be able to prove his fitness.
Yeah, well, you know, we had stringent checks with Damon through the summer. Russ, the physio, had made sure that he was coming back fit, and that's the reason we were able to sign him, because he's come back, he's over his injuries, and I'm sure given a full pre-season, Damon will be fit and raring to go, because he knows that last year was maybe a missed opportunity for himself.
But one player who you thought maybe was gonna be staying is Tristan Plummer, who's now, for family reasons, made a decision not to. That's, I suppose he was part of your plans, but it's, yeah, having made an agreement, it's disappointing that he's now not staying.
Yeah, you know, it is. It's very disappointing. We had agreed terms with Tristan. You know, we did everything we could to try and get him to stay, but he's decided after the you know, being at home through the summer, that he wants to be closer to his little one, and we can only respect that, because family is important, and I wouldn't like a player being through here, being unhappy and wanting to be back home. So we've got to respect his decision, but we are disappointed because Tristan's an exciting player, but we did everything we could to try and keep him here, and unfortunately for us he's decided to go back home and play with a team closer to home.
One other key move that's happened recently is your own personal family move. It's good to be down here, I presume, to get settled before pre-season, and you already said you want to be part of this area. That's important for you.
Yeah, I thought it was very important that I moved down here full time, and that's all this week. That's me here on a daily basis. As I've always said, I want to be part of the community. I want to help. I want the community to be part of Aldershot Football Club, and you know, me being here will hopefully help in that sense.
And the pre-season friendlies have been confirmed, home games against Chelsea and Wycombe. Are you happy with the schedule?
Yeah, I think that, you know, you can do all the running through pre-season, but you don't actually get, you know, your match sharpness until you play friendlies. So we've got a good amount of friendlies arranged, culminating in the game against Wycombe here, Chelsea and Wycombe, and the week before the season starts, and they'll be good tests for us. It'll let us know where we are. But you know, the pre-season games are about, you know, getting ready for the first game of the season and making sure that the players are match sharp and get into the first game of the season ready for the season.
You can tell it in every word that you're speaking. You've already said it. You're excited to get started next week.
No, I can't wait to the 1st of July. That's when it starts for me. You know, the close season's a horrible time for a manager. You just want to be out on the training pitch, and I can't wait to be out there coaching the players and getting them ready for the first game of the season.